What's up, everyone? I'm UDNxChoc, Coach Commissioner here in College Gameday 25 Dynasty, and a streamer who's all about the gridiron action. Welcome to Coaches Media Day. Today, we're getting an inside look into the minds of our coaches, their strategies, team dynamics, and their goals for the season. We're diving into what makes each coach's approach unique and what they bring to the field each game day. Let's get started. Coach, to kick things off, let's talk philosophy. How would you describe your overall coaching style? Would you say you're more of an offense or defensive minded coach?
So I am more of an offensive-minded coach. I let my defensive coordinator do what he does. I don't touch the defense. The defense is specifically ran by the coordinator, and I am the personal play caller on the offensive side. Defensive coordinator calls all plays on defense. Defense, and our main style is going to be conservative. Take what the defense gives us, and basically just trying to gain as much as possible, whether it's after the catch, after yards after contact, doesn't matter, but we're just trying to take what the defense gives us and play conservative and limit the turnovers.
Okay, coach. I see you. I see what you're saying. So you just stick to your strengths. If your mindset of a strength is for offense, you let the defense do whatever they want to do to where they feel comfortable, where they don't feel like they have to, fill into a system. You let them be their own type of coach. I like that. Okay, I like it. Hmm. All right, now shifting the focus to your team. What do you consider the strongest aspect of your squad this season? Are there any particular players who you expect to make a major impact on the field?
So the strongest strength of our offense currently, I'm going to go two parts on here. Our strongest asset on our offense currently is by far our running back room. Our running back room is very young and very talented. We have recruited running backs great over the past few years before I got here. And I'm looking to continue to build that running back and receiving room. On the defensive side of the ball, our strongest part is definitely our front seven. Linebackers and defensive linemen included. We are very young up front as well, with a lot of talented pieces, and I trust our senior leadership to get them to where they want to be and where they need to be on the defensive side of the ball. Well, our primary focus and the main players that I expect to make a major impact are going to be Tyler Barron on the defensive side of the ball. He's going to step up and be a senior leader and lead the defensive squad, as well as Ruben Bain Jr., the other side defensive end, and who's only a sophomore, and has really showed promise so far in spring camp early on. And on the offensive side of the ball, Chris Johnson Jr., we all know his dad, CJ2K, and I think he will be just as good, if not better, than his father, and
Mhm.
as well as Xavier Restrepo, senior leader for receiver. He is close to closing in on the all-time receiving mark in Miami University.
Restrepo is also a very scrappy receiver. Every time that Um, I've seen him like during this off season on, the preseason and just whew, that man will work. That man will juke you at your shoe. He reminds me of a Julian Edelman. I'm not quite sure if you don't think that, coach.
Yeah, I would compare him to a Julian Edelman, Wes
Yes,
Welker
and he
type of player.
he's immaculate with the route running. Immaculate. Um, let's
I would
see.
also be I would also be forgotten if I did not mention, obviously, our senior quarterback Cam Ward coming into the season. He is looking like a true Heisman candidate coming into the season. I believe he's possibly even the best quarterback in the league.
Oh, okay. I like that statement. Stand on business, coach, right there. The best quarterback in the league. Gotcha. All right, cool. Um, okay. Let's talk about recruiting. When it comes to building your team, what do you look for in potential recruits? Do you prioritize specific positions, or is it more about finding players with standout attributes like speed, strength, or my personal favorite, football IQ?
Me personally, I'm looking for a combination of speed and football IQ. Because speed obviously kills when it comes to a 100-yard sprint, but you're not going to get playing time if you don't have the football IQ to go with it. So I'm going to prioritize football IQ over the speed, but a combination is specifically what would be a perfect recruit in my eyes to come to Miami to get playing time right off rip, and potentially to even avoid being a red shirt and playing year one straight out the gate. And
Uh,
to my primary focus currently is going to definitely be our cornerback room and the secondary. The secondary is probably our class, oldest positions on the team. So I'm gonna have to try to rebuild the secondary before I try to rebuild anything else. We got young guys everywhere else and depth, but the cornerback room we really don't. Don't, if I'm being completely honest tonight. So that's going to be my primary focus. Is definitely going to be the secondary.
okay, coach. Can you think you can build that secondary like the old days, like Sean Taylor, the Ed Reeds, the Andre Rolls? You think you could do that?
Obvious, obviously, that's a big shoe to fill. Trying to recreate that, I'm going to do my best though to recreate the secondary Miami used to be known for. That is goal one: is to revamp the secondary to be elite, and be back to knowing as DBU, not just wide receiver U or quarterback U, DBU.
Oh, okay. Then you're gonna have some competition because my favorite thing to coach, what I like to do is DB, and I've already made a statement. That Clemson will be DBU, but I like it. I like it. I love it. All right. In every league, there are those matchups that feel a bit more intense. Are there any teams you consider rivals? And if so, how do those rivalry games impact your preparation and mindset going into game day?
You wouldn't be a Miami head coach if you didn't mention Florida. Florida is rival number one in a lot of Miami's hearts. Is Miami Florida? Is the Miami Florida rivalry game? That game takes a lot more preparation and a lot more hard work. Hard work because both teams will play their best during that week because it is a big key matchup with, especially with us making the transfer to the SEC. So now we will be competing for SEC title in the same region. So that's just going to make that matchup even more meaningful during the season. That's rival number one. Rival number two would be Clemson, based on statements that were made in the interview. I know we're going to be competing for recruits, so that's going to be the reason why it's going to be a key rivalry, is because I know it's going to be a battle for a lot of recruits with Clemson.
Well, I understand, and I get that, Coach. I would say my one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things, the reason why I like that we will have a little rivalry is the fact that we both have the same mindset. We both are great users in the league. It's just that we just need to get our pieces together, and we could be very scary. So that would be very awesome to see what all happens. All right. Let's see. Goals for the season. Finally, let's talk about what do you mean when you look ahead? What is your main goals for this season? Like, for example, would you Looking for a conference championship, or would you be just fine with a deep run in the playoff?
My main goals coming into this season are going to be to compete. We're in a new conference. I'm just looking to compete, potentially even for a conference title. If we could compete, potentially make the playoffs, that's fine by me. This is my first year as a head coach, so I'm not taking it
Um,
into major consideration of even considering a national championship or a conference championship year one. But I'm looking to build towards the future, and I promise this: in the next 2-3 years, we will be right there with the best of the best in the SEC. And we will be competing for conference and national titles.
I like that, coach. I like that honest answer because it does take a couple of years to build a program. It doesn't, you don't just do it overnight. You really don't do it overnight. So I really commend you on just being truthful and honest about your goals and what you really are looking forward to. And I hope you get what you want, coach. And I hope you have a great, great time at Miami because Lord knows that campus lifestyle, whoo-wee, that can be a distraction.
That it definitely can be a distraction for a recruit coming in.
Do you have a game plan for the distractions?
Haven't thought of one yet.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, for sharing your insights with us. It's a clear you're bringing a focused and strategic approach to the field this season, and we're excited to see how it all unfolds. Best of luck to you and your team.
Thank you, Chuck.
And remember, for the ultimate gaming experience, pros choose the zone. Stay in the loop and join the action. Visit us at www.prozonegd.com. Thanks for tuning in and stay connected with College Game Day 25 for more in depth looks at your favorite teams and coaches. Until next time, let's keep the intensity high and the games competitive. It's your boy Chalk, signing off.